Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video we're going to take a look at pound Oz as the price could be about to make a downward move due to a change in trend pattern forming, which could be a head and shoulders pattern. Now, why are we looking for pound Oz downside? Well, in the week ahead analysis video, we highlighted the fact that the risk on sentiment could creep back into the market, and this was largely due to the fact that we have seasonals in play. We have a recent sort of commitment to trader report showing us that despite the kind of fall in the drop in the stock markets, we haven't actually seen them increase their selling positions. Instead, they've continued to kind of maintain their buying levels. Now that to me shows that they're not really committed to the downside at the moment. So I'm expecting the stock markets to bounce, which at the moment they have. Now, if the stock markets are going to bounce, then we could see some further upside to risk currencies. So things that will benefit from that are the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, and the Canadian dollar. All three have really benefited from this newfound risk on sentiment in the market. And that could continue in the short term, especially as well due to the fact that we're getting headlines on the Omicron variant that it's just a little bit more transmissible, but not really showing up in the deaths at the moment. So that is quite positive. It's basically saying that the Omicron variant so far is showing that it's not as deadly. Symptoms are very mild. So that could be a good sign in terms of the fear factor that was being portrayed is no longer really there at the moment. Now that could obviously change. Risk could come back, or risk off could come back if any kind of sentiment changes there. However, in the short term, could we potentially trade this risk on bounce? And the Australian dollar is an area which could benefit, as I've said previously, and pound Aussie is at key resistance. If we look at it on this weekly time frame, we're back up around about this 1.8914 level. We saw a lot of selling pressure coming in here previously. Looks like we're seeing a lot of pressure coming in again. And if we look at the 4-hour time frame, what I typically look for when looking for the potential for this to continue to the downside is a change of trend pattern. Now, we don't technically have much in the way of change of trend yet. We have broken through a low just around here on the 4-hour time frame. But what I'm more looking at is the fact that we've got this quite decent potential head and shoulders pattern forming. So we have the left shoulder, the head, and the potential for a right shoulder to form. Now, the right shoulder would usually come in around the same area as the left shoulder or slightly higher. Can be lower, but the ones that are lower don't typically break out as aggressively. So what I'm looking for here is where could that right shoulder come in. Now, if price was to come back up to around about this 187.75 level and we started to see sellers come back into the market, some bearish price action or a slowdown in the price action, you could begin to look for short positions on pound Oz. If we were to break through this 185.88 level, then this would be a really big level to be broken for on pound Oz. We may not get the head and shoulders pattern. Price may just continue to break to the downside. In that case, then we can look at this level in here as an area of resistance for further shorting opportunities. So keep your eye on pound Oz. If the Australian dollar does continue to benefit from this risk on sentiment, it could continue to get stronger in the very near term, and we could see prices break out of this 4-hour trend, targeting previous structure support. Thanks for watching this video update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more of our Forex trading content, and I'll catch you in the next video.